we are sharing an interview with Claire Deptula, a teacher from Richardson ISD, who's sharing her personal opinion on how technology is influencing our students today.
Technology, I think, is a wonderful addition to the school system today.
Do you hope to see the usage of technology to increase?
I do. I really see in the future original uses of learning becoming less prominent and technology overtaking it.
How do you think the students who are prohibited to use technology will be affected compared to the ones that are able to use technology?
I feel like they'll probably fall behind students who do have the resources of technology because everything is so much more efficient. Not that the original ways aren't.
Thank you for being here today, Claire.
Thank you for having me.
How do you think teachers feel about the new technology?
I think for the most part, teachers are excited about it. There are probably some teachers that are a little hesitant. Sometimes teachers are afraid of something new, and a lot of times there's almost a little bit of a power struggle where they feel that if a student knows more about something than the teacher does, it puts the teacher kind of at a disadvantage. And I think that makes them hesitant to use things like Facebook, to use things like cell phones in the classroom, because the students are more familiar with that technology than the teacher is, and so the teacher feels uncomfortable.
Do you think technology is less reliable than paper?
Oh, I don't think so. I think we have issues like anybody does, but a kid can lose paper just as easily as they can accidentally delete a file. So I think if you know how to use technology properly, it's actually more reliable.
How are teachers being trained in the new technology?
We have a couple of things that we do. Almost every Tuesday we have technology tutorials, and teachers can come in during their conference period or their lunch, or they can stay after school, and I train them on whatever new websites or programs we have in the district that we might be using. Some of them are actually going to conferences. It's going to be a big conference that everyone from Region 10 and 11, so a bunch of different school districts throughout North Texas, that's going to be held here on our campus on March 26th, and a lot of teachers are going to come to that. And our PTA has been generous enough to gift us the last 2 years funds so that we can actually send some of our teachers to national conferences across the country.
Well, I think one thing we're learning is that there's quite a lot of good things that are going on in social networking sites that really aren't getting talked about in the popular media. And so our study is really trying to look at what are some of those things, and then how can we help students, teachers, and parents think about these sites in a way that can actually be beneficial. I think definitely you see these sites really helping foster creativity and communication in kids. The kids are telling us that these sites really encourage them to express their opinions, thoughts, emotions in very creative ways. Like you see kids that might have an interest in video editing, they learn a little bit about it in school, and then because something sparks their interest, they end up creating a video, circulating it on their MySpace pages. People find out about it, they get all kinds of feedback on it, and before you know, they've promoted themselves and the issue they care about through this MySpace community. I think I've also heard a lot of students talk about how it's helping them with their communication skills. So students who say it's really hard for them to kind of express themselves in writing have found blogs as a way to share their poetry or talk about their ideas with other students. And because they get comments on it from friends they trust, that encourages them to write even more.